Communication requires many stakeholders. I'm speaking here and it's being received by many number of learners. These learners are called audience. Same is applicable to in the face-to-face settings or in the newspaper or in the film or radio, wherever, whichever communication settings. Either individuals or group of people or large number of people always behaves like a receiving end. They'll receive the content. That's called audience. There are two approaches to understand the audience. One, from the communication point of view. When you are making a program, when you're making content, so you have to understand the audience very clearly. Other aspect is communication system is more powerful, very powerful, because human beings, communication is a tool that connects each and every one. That context, the survival of the news industry, media industry, film industry based on the audience response. Survival of the corporates based on the response from the consumers. So indirectly they'll reach out to the consumers through media. So now you can understand that how powerful this communication system. Particularly we are going to discuss about the audience profile and audience perspective of mainstream media. Social wide communication. We are going to understand the audience of social wide communication or mainstream media communication, but not from the communication perspective, from the audience perspective in this segment. Understand that in any mainstream media or social wide communication, all the media contents are constructed, be it the film or with the newspaper, whether real or real, fantasy or real reporting, objectivity, subjectivity, whatever level, all the media are constructed. Like literally brick by brick, how we are constructing a house, similar manner, frame by frame, films are created, manufactured. Word by word, a newspaper is being written. The choice of the word, the meaning of the word, construction of the sentence, the perspective in which the matter or event is being presented to the audience. Even the live broadcasting happening through television also constructed sense, the television composition, and they can't accommodate all the perspective of the particular event. Within the composition, whatever information you provided, that's what the audience, whoever watching the live broadcast, they can understand that. All the remaining informations are eliminated. And they have set of rules. They are manufacturing the content, they are constructing the content with the certain rules. Rules are strictly followed. Strictly follow the sense, the rules in favor of the editorial policies, rules in favor of filmmaking, rules in favor of television program. So consciously the rules are followed for using the particular form of textual language or visual language or sign language, whatever manner. Media always conveys certain point of view, always projects certain values. The values and point of view of audience varies from person to person, group to group, and community to community. Though there is a lot of diversity, but still media takes its own stand. There is no guarantee of 100% objectivity in any platform. How far they are close to the 100%, that is the objectivity. It's a relative objectivity. We have to argue in that manner only. In this manner, this kind of process, audience have to negotiate the meaning. We know that in the major mainstream media context, audience are passive. And certain number of people are consciously clear about what information is coming. I may not accept that, or I will argue with that, or I'll cross-check it with that. That number is very small. But the large number of people, they take the information at the face value. They take as it is. If the audience are passive, they are accepting whatever coming to them clearly. So it's easy for the communicator, easy for the newspaper channel or any group to reach or achieve the stated goals, stated agenda. So this is a challenge for the audience. And we are talking about this perspective from the audience point of view, not from the communication point of view. Communication point of view, it's very clear. We have to reach out to the audience, we have to retain the attention, and we have to retain that manner. circulation will be maintained, TRP will be maintained, box office will come, all these are good. But when you are coming to audience perspective, this is much more dangerous, and all the informations are coming with the loaded values, loaded agenda. So we have to be very careful. Media is very powerful, at the same time they are profit oriented. So if you connect this power and profit with a hidden agenda, and the consequences are much, much serious. So audience needs to be know the consequences of this kind of passive acceptance of messages. They need to know who are the people behind the communication content, and what they want, what is being expected. Are we succumbing into that expectation or not? So this is called media and information literacy. And if we know the media and its characteristics and its nature of the delivery, then at least we can protect ourselves from the hidden agenda. That's a very powerful agenda. Media content, when they're constructing, audience role is they have to accept what is being given to them, and they have to generate the meaning based on the content given to them. The negotiating meaning from the text or video or images can be influenced by a number of factors at the production level as well as the interpretation level. Production level means the manufacturing content level itself, the policy decision of the newspaper, the policy decision of media groups, or the policy decision of filmmaking group. They are manufacturing based on the policies. And all this agenda, hidden agenda, or influence, public opinion, everything is being inbuilt in that construction process. And in the audience level, based on their capability, educational background, geographical locations, and socio-economic conditions, based on which they will be able to achieve or read or understand all the meaning or part of the meaning. And there are basic fundamental critical thinking questions. There are certain questions the audience needs to know that. And this interpretation based on audience point of view about the communication, and who produces and who pays for that production. We have to be very careful about that. If you're able to understand that, then at least you can understand the agenda behind those efforts. And what is the purpose it was made? Why this particular program? Why this particular article? And why this being projected this manner? And who are the people involved? And for whom they are targeting that? Because I told you earlier also that through the content, we can understand the target group. So if you read the content carefully, you can understand for whom is being targeted and what technique they are using in order to attract the attention of the audience. Because attention is a very, very crucial commodity in a communication process. Higher the attention, higher the profit. Higher the attention, better the public opinion. Higher the attention, better the popularity. Box office hit. Everything based on the attention. In order to attract the attention, many innovative tools are many controversial tools are being used. Many things are being used. And what is being omitted and who is being omitted, and why that particular process of omission or deletion happened. That is it consciously happened or deliberately happened. That if you're able to understand that, you can understand a lot about the communication system and what kind of meaning is being generated, and whether the particular content or generally the overall media system or particular content is being biased or stereotypes. So these are the very basic critical thinking capabilities required for the audience. If you're able to answer all these questions, then you can negotiate the meaning in a very better manner, and you can filter out all the harmful agenda, hidden agenda, expectations and influences. There are 5 basic key concepts. If you're able to understand that makes the your negotiating effort and your efforts to handling the media and information is more useful. One of the crucial concept is that all the media are carefully wrapped packages. Understand that. And the messages are wrapped with enormous effort and expenses. And even though it looks very natural to the audience and messages are crafted carefully. Media text or product of careful manipulation of constructive elements. It's a kind of effort to manipulate. Manipulation may not be evident. Certainly, it may not be evident on that. But intention is the manipulation. This is to influence your opinion in favor of particular product or particular service or particular idea or particular policy. If you manipulate the content, then only you can influence the opinion. And constantly we are watching the content, reading the newspaper, everything, we are having certain level of immunity. So manipulation goes a little higher. If we have immunity of 20%, the manipulation goes for 30%. If you have immunity of media content then of 50%, then manipulation goes for 60%. Second concept is media is constructing, and it's constructing the reality. Or the media, basically the audience tend to accept the media text as a natural version of events and ideas. If there is an accident happened in a particular area, nobody witnessed that. Informations are gathered about event by one person or group of people from multiple sources. There is no guarantee that everybody gives the same version on that. So efforts are being made to collect information about an event from multiple sources. Based on the information collected about an event is being constructed. Article is being written by the one or two people or more people, then passed down to the editorial team, and those people those who are handling the content are not witnessed the event, not interacted with the multiple sources. So a piece of information came to them and it's about the event. They are looking at it independently, and they have set of rules, they have set of policies while handling those kind of matters. They look at the content, they filter it out, they'll pass it on to the audience. Now this is the process of construction of reality. Next important point is media are interpreted through the individual lens. Here the audience comes from multiple sources, multiple characteristics. It's not a homogeneous, it's a heterogeneous, and social economic conditions are varied, and they are negotiating the meaning. Construction happened with a professional approach and received by a different group, different perspective, and they are interpreting the content in different level, individually different level. It might create a different effects. So this is very crucial level of media content and its relationship with the audience. The fourth point is about the media are about money. Media is very powerful and they are profit oriented. Profit oriented means they have to survive and they have to maintain the circulation, they maintain the TRPs or box office. In order to achieve that, they have to take n number of innovative ways to attract the attention, retaining attention. This is about their survival. So they have to do it. They are constructing and they have to retain the attention within the framework of their policies. So this is very crucial. The last point of audience thing is media promotes agenda. Always promotes values and agenda. Remember that. With that perspective, if we are able to negotiate the media content, at least you will be able to safeguard our the hidden agenda, and secondly, you can utilize the media and information system for your personal and professional work. The whole process, we call it as a media and information literacy. Literacy, ability, competency, skills to handle the media and information system after knowing all these concepts. Thank you.